What could Jungkook possibly have said that moved Taehyung to act? Why did a quiet moment between two brothers during a simple birthday dinner spark an emotional storm that left millions of ARMY reeling with questions? And most importantly, what does this moment reveal about the hidden weight BTS carries, the bond that ties them together, and the fragile path that lies ahead for the group's future? On September 1st, 2025, BTS's youngest star, Jungkook, turned 28. Around the globe, ARMY celebrated in the way only they could. Towering billboards lit up city skylines, hashtags trended for hours, and massive fan projects painted the internet purple. Yet the most intimate and unforgettable moment of that day did not come from the noise of global celebrations. It came from something far smaller, far quieter, and far more personal. That night, TAEHYUNG, Jungkook's bandmate, closest confidant, and often his protector, shared a simple video on Instagram. At first glance, it was nothing remarkable. Two friends eating dinner across from each other, chatting in the dim light of a quiet restaurant. To casual viewers, it was simply a slice of normal life. But within hours, it became clear that the video captured something much deeper, something raw, fragile, and painfully real. In the middle of their conversation, Jungkook let slip a confession. His words weren't rehearsed, they weren't polished for cameras or meant to be broadcasted to the world. They were the quiet words of a man carrying years of pressure on his shoulders. Later, during a live stream, TAEHYUNG translated Jungkook's sentence for fans. "Sometimes I wonder if I can carry all of this, but then I see the love around me, and it keeps me going." That single line hit ARMY like a thunderclap. Jungkook, the golden maknae, the flawless performer, the boundless energy of BTS, was finally showing the cracks beneath the surface. For the first time, he admitted, however softly, that the burden of fame sometimes feels too heavy to bear. And it was this moment of vulnerability that drove TAEHYUNG into action. Instead of keeping the exchange private, TAEHYUNG chose to share Jungkook's words with the world. His live stream revealed what Jungkook had whispered across that dinner table. To some, it was an act of betrayal, exposing his brother's deepest fears. To others, it was an act of bravery, refusing to let Jungkook's silent struggles remain hidden in the dark. But TAEHYUNG didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, he reportedly urged ARMY to redirect their focus. Instead of pouring all their energy into flashy birthday tributes and massive projects, he asked fans to protect Jungkook's well-being. What Jungkook needed, TAEHYUNG emphasized, was not grand gestures, but reassurance, empathy, and understanding. This move immediately split the fandom. Some praised TAEHYUNG for stepping up, for refusing to let Jungkook drown silently under the weight of fame. Others accused him of crossing a line, questioning whether Jungkook ever wanted the world to know about his doubts. Was TAEHYUNG protecting his friend, or exposing him? Then, the story took an even darker turn. On the same day as Jungkook's birthday, Korean media reported that a woman had been arrested for attempting to break into his home. The terrifying incident sent chills through ARMY. Suddenly, Jungkook's words, "Sometimes I wonder if I can carry all of this," felt eerily prophetic. The pressure, the danger, the unrelenting gaze of fame, it all came crashing down in that one moment. TAEHYUNG's decision to act, to speak, to shift the narrative, suddenly carried even more weight. He wasn't just sharing a confession, he was raising a warning flare. Fans across the globe broke down in tears. Weverse was flooded with heartfelt letters, promises of love, and campaigns to raise mental health awareness. ARMY vowed to protect Jungkook, to reassure him that he is never alone. The media seized on the story instantly. Korean journalists debated whether TAEHYUNG had gone too far. International outlets framed it as a rare, raw glimpse into the price of global fame. Analysts suggested TAEHYUNG's move was both protective and strategic, shielding Jungkook while shifting the narrative away from the terrifying stalker incident. And then TAEHYUNG added fuel to the fire. He posted a cryptic line on social media, "Health and happiness first, always." It was short, almost too simple, but fans understood. This wasn't just about Jungkook. It was a plea for ARMY to remember what truly matters. Not endless celebrations, not towering projects, but the simple act of protecting the boys' happiness and health. But why did TAEHYUNG choose this path? Was it an impulsive reaction born of fear for his younger brother, or a carefully thought-out decision to protect him through openness? Some fans believe this marks a turning point, a signal that BTS may finally begin opening up about their struggles rather than hiding behind curated smiles. Others worry that this honesty could backfire, placing even more pressure on them. One thing is undeniable. Taehyung's choice made Jungkook's words impossible to ignore. What could have remained a private whisper over dinner is now a defining moment in BTS history. A moment when the brightest star of K-pop admitted his doubts, and his closest friend ensured the world would listen. But here's the twist. As the debate raged, others pointed out something crucial. The so-called confession may not have been as heavy as headlines made it seem. In reality, Jungkook's words were not a breakdown, but an expression of gratitude and vulnerability, feelings anyone might share during a milestone birthday. Taehyung's support was not a shocking act of rebellion, but the natural response of a brother. The emotional explosion that followed? That was the result of speculation, exaggeration, and the media's endless hunger for drama. The truth is simpler, purer, and more powerful. Jungkook wasn't announcing a crisis. He was simply admitting that sometimes the weight feels heavy, but that love keeps him moving. Taehyung wasn't making a statement to the world. He was just being there for his friend as he always has. And yet that simplicity is what makes the moment so powerful. Because beneath the noise of rumors and headlines, ARMY was reminded of something essential. Idols are human. Even the strongest stumble. Even the brightest stars sometimes need someone to lean on. That night, Jungkook spoke. Taehyung acted. And ARMY felt every word. Will this moment spark a new era of openness for BTS? Will Jungkook himself address it in the weeks to come? Or will it remain a haunting reminder of how fragile even the strongest can be under the crushing weight of fame? For now, one truth remains unshakable. BTS's bond is not just a performance for the cameras. It is real, raw, and unbreakable. And that bond, more than headlines, more than rumors, is what keeps ARMY believing. Because sometimes the most powerful revelations are not about scandal or secrets. They are about love, vulnerability, and the simple strength of being human.